Today's live stream is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Support the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative, recognizing and investing in the diverse Black and African American communities of San Francisco with a wide range of programs to support youth, families, seniors, and members of the Black LGBTQ+ communities. Dreamkeeper San Francisco is fostering hope for generations of Black people to feel free to dream boldly. Visit dreamkeepersf.org today.
Everybody's got a story to tell. You can learn something from anybody. Hello, how are you? Hi man, have a good day. I wish that people had a little more respect and empathy for those that are struggling, because who knows how they got there. I feel like with this city you need 2 jobs, a side hustle, and a sugar mama to really pull it off. I've experienced some of the hardships that people have out here. I think that all of us who work with this company have big hearts and are people that really want to care about others. I'm a people person, man. That's just who I am. Hi there, how are y'all doing? I just want to offer, if you need any assistance or have any questions, I'd love to help you. You can't walk by me without me saying something or like getting to know you and connect. Hi there, how you doing today, man? Stay safe. Man, you can't shut me up. Where y'all from?
From Yuba City.
And going out there, I realized, that I get to be myself and kind of represent the city and just have fun with it. For me, it's, it just comes naturally. Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? How are y'all doing? My typical day is engaging with the public and trying to facilitate whatever really anybody needs, even if that's just a pick-me-up and a nice conversation. It's like, it's not just directions or whatever. I like to catch people when they're in line and get them laughing and having fun. Getting to know where people are from and how it's going. A little more connection than not. I've been working this for almost 3 months now. At first, it was like, I don't want anything. It's like, I'm not selling you anything. I'm here to help you. Hi there, how y'all doing? You gotta have thick skin to do this job, for sure. Have a great day. Happy holidays. Mostly my whole life, was dedicated to serving or bartending or bussing tables. So I've been living in San Francisco for 7 years now. It's rough out here for some people. I feel for everybody going through it. This place is tough. This is a city where you're 1 week away from having nothing. It can change quickly, and I know that personally. When it came down to it, I was unemployed for about 4 months. It's really unsettling, having a child here in a very expensive city. I was worried I was going to be evicted. I've worked in this city a long time. When I first moved here, the minimum wage was $12.50, and I was a father. That's not enough to make it in this city. I mean, you can't even pay rent with that. And there was moments where I was kind of homeless or, in between things. I didn't really have a place of my own. As a father, you gotta stay diligent and kind of put your head down, and you can't give up. I have an amazing son. His name's Ezra. And I'm so blessed. He's such a good boy, caring, compassionate. A lot of fathers don't get as much time with their son as I do. I care so much about this kid, like he's my whole world. I can't tell you how many times I thought I was, just want to roll over and give up, but, he's the inspiration. You never can, he's my future. I want to make him proud and work my ass off. One thing with kids is they're so pure and innocent. Through my son's eyes, that's what I want to see from the community. Watching him grow up in the city, I didn't have that. It's just such a wonderful spot. You can't ask for much better. When it comes down to it, the city's, it's still got its soul. It hasn't lost it yet.
Okay. You count it up.
1, 2, 3, and.
We're a family band with the mother and the father, and we sing and play instruments, and yeah, we have fun doing that.
Where do you go when you're feeling low?
Our era of music is kind of like Sly Stone type vibes,
So like
and
60s
like
and
60s
70s.
and 70s San Francisco funk.
It's really fun because you get to play with your family, and like when you perform up on stage, it's more natural with your family members because you basically feel like you could do anything.
Music is who we are. We live music. This is how we operate as a family, really.
Love's where you go when you're feeling low.
We never wanted to push music onto the children. It's a hard life. So we were like, you know what, if they gravitate to it, whatever, we won't really sign them up. We were on a conference call and we hear White Rabbit playing in our living room. We're like, dang, that's awfully loud. And we just heard like
Tell them
Yeah.
to turn the music down in there.
I come out of the bedroom and I'm shocked. I see Isis on the drums, singing and playing the song. My son has picked out, the dun, 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 like he picked that out on bass. My daughter's like playing guitar. And I was like, Stro, you gotta come see. He comes back and it's them. And he and I are just like, what is going on?
When I saw them playing, I immediately knew I was done with this other stuff.
Other musicians.
I immediately
Yeah.
knew it. We decided that we were just gonna let them take music lessons at the institute that we work at. They've been thriving.
It's been great, yeah. Just before the shutdown, we had our first big gig at the Warriors.
Yeah, we did halftime.
The Curtis family, Dino.
We were like, we're on our way. And then the shutdown happened like literally a few days later, right after that. And I was like, oh no. So In that same month, in March, Community Music Center contacted us about doing live streams. So we did that every week. And then that's how AGT found us, was because of our live streams.
The reason why we do old school music is because that's all they like.
Yeah.
Our children don't like the stuff that's out now.
And people don't believe us.
Yeah, they think we're tying them up in a room and making them play
Yeah,
this
and
stuff.
grow your afro.
Yeah, it's like...
The way that our family operates is like the board of directors. So a lot of people will think that my mom and dad are like the head of everything. We don't get a say, but that's like the total opposite. Because my parents really want like different perspectives.
Discipline when they're children, it's not like it's work or you don't want them just to shut up so you shove candy in their mouth.
Yeah.
You want to give them all the tools you need so then when they get to a certain age, it's fun to be around them. You want to be around them.
We have Curtis principles.
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention.
Pay attention.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Show up.
Show up.
Produce.
Produce.
And we've had that ever since we were like real little.
It's really given them this maturity in the way that they deal with people.
Yeah.
Being very confident in who they are because they had to grow up very fast, especially our oldest two. We were homeless around 2011
Yeah.
for about a year and a half. Our older two knew what was going on, but it was the first night we spent in our van. I remember one of them, I think it was ISIS.
It's ISIS.
She was like, "Are we homeless?"
Yeah, that was
And
deep.
that was rough.
But, you know, these things happen for a reason because, you know, you need these adversities in order for you to grow. And not only that, sometimes you need things to shake you a little bit so that you wake up.
You should always appreciate what you have at the moment because people are obviously way worse off than you would be at the moment. I can't imagine people who didn't have a family and
they
were
were by
homeless. They were by themselves.
We struggled, but we kept our focus. If you work your goal and you work towards it, it's gonna unravel. It's gonna reveal itself to you. It's going to manifest itself to you if you want it.
The success that we're seeing now, you know, and praying that we see more, I know that experience with the children has only made our bond even stronger.
Yes.
And what's really great about it is that the concept of fame and the concept of wealth isn't really something that is attractive to them. It's really given them this maturity in the way that they deal with people.
Yeah.
I love music because like it allows pretty much anyone, regardless of like any race or gender, to I guess pour their heart and soul into something, you know?
It really connects people, what like disregarding like any differences or any opinions that you may have. Music is a very universal language to a lot of people.
You look up there, see what that says? That says it all.
Yeah. Never give
Never
up.
give up.
Yeah.
It says never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up for me is like, you know, what we've been through when we were living in the van, we're now getting our own house and then like redecorating our house and then going to AGT, doing JCPenney. It's because we kept pushing, we never gave up and just thought that we wouldn't be in this position because like we kept dreaming and the things that happened actually came true, which is cool. So yeah.
Show your support for Black-owned media with a tax-deductible contribution today. And don't forget to visit Clari-T Media's Tech and Swag store for gear and supplies. Thank you.
Masks reduce the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 spreads from person to person through respiratory droplets as we cough, sneeze, talk, or breathe. Wear a mask that covers your nose and mouth and fits snugly against the side of your face without gaps. Masks act as a barrier to help stop respiratory droplets from spreading to others. They also act as a barrier to help stop droplets in the air from spreading to you. If you are within 6 feet of a person with COVID-19, you could be exposed. Stay at least 6 feet from other people and wear a mask. If possible and safe, increase ventilation by opening windows, doors, and using fans. Wear a mask over your mouth and nose. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Avoid crowds and poorly ventilated spaces. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Get a COVID-19 vaccine when it's available to you.
This public service announcement is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Out of chaos comes clarity.
Here is where you get your flowers.
Well, good. Let's do it then.
You know what I'm saying? So before we get into the flower giving process, let's get into a nice lemon drop shot with some Grey Goose because we're powered by Grey Goose. Okay?
Yeah.
Cheers to an amazing interview, my friend.
Cheers. Got the lemon drop with the sugar on the rim. No salts. Nothing salty about this interview.
I'm not too much of the sugary guy, so I'll just leave that on the rim. It doesn't work for you?
Yes. So
awesome. Good deal. Welcome to Members Only by the Addison Suite. We are extremely thankful to have you in our presence today. You are an icon to me in regards to the work you've put in. Your portfolio is very diverse, you know, and this is where you come to get the flowers, baby.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I spend a lot of time online and they don't give a lot of flowers online. Not that I'm begging for flowers, but it's a lot of negativity online. And I feel like we've gotten away from, you know, back in the day, we would aspire to be good. Good was good and bad was bad. Now it seems like bad is good and good is boring to people. Class has gotten boring. I remember getting turned down for a club hosting gig. They said, she has no scandal. This was a while ago because I've clearly had some sense. And they were like, not dirty enough. We need more of a scandalous. I was like, to host a party at a club? And then I knew the tide had turned, you know?
A one-night party, like?
It was just like a few $1,000s to do a club in DC to just host, get on the mic, say what's up. They said, you know, you need some blog stories on you. I'm like, what?
Right.
Well, I have some now, but damn.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm like, I went to school for what? Okay.
Do you remember the time you fell in love with media?
Yes. I was in college. I was going to be a biology major. Got to college and I don't know what made me go to a meeting they had for their college newspaper. And then I'm like, you know, let me just try this out. So I wrote an article about, I don't know what it was, my first one. It was like a fashion review, but it was very tongue-in-cheek. I was being very sarcastic. And people liked it, they thought it was cute. And that led to me changing my major, being first Black woman to host a hip hop show, creating a hip hop show at my mostly white school. And it got me my FCC license. Back when we had to learn how to edit tape with
Correct.
a razor
Mm.
and taping it together with like, we had the reel-to-reel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
With the headphones, and we had to like edit our own carts, and there was no digital. We had to manually cut the tape and put tape to tape the pieces together. If you had a breath, you had to cut that out. But I liked it.
Real work.
I liked it. It was really hard work, and it wasn't where anyone could just do it. And I remember being, whatever my shift was, I think it was late, and just being on the radio, and I loved it, having a voice and doing investigative reporting, because the truth has always been so important to me. And even if it was like a school board meeting, and when I went back to Rhode Island and worked for a newspaper or whatever, I just always had like a thirst and a hunger for getting to the bottom of things and for the truth to be known.
Is that hunger still there?
1000%.
Okay.
I think that's why I get in a lot of trouble in the media still, because I'm still the same, but media has changed. The media has changed to less truth and more about opinion. And now we just tune into things that feed our own beliefs already. We don't really, for the most part, when I say we, I mean the masses, the majority. Okay, I lean left, so I'm only going to watch MSNBC and CNN. I lean right, I'm only gonna watch Fox News, and I'm never gonna hear what the other side thinks. So you're just getting your own views you already have reinforced all the time. I think that's just like how a lot of media is now. So.
Media, like you said, it's changed, it's different.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your resume. Now, forgive me if I don't hit all points.
It's okay.
Price is Right.
Yeah.
Deal or No Deal?
Yes.
The Apprentice?
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta? Ricky Smiley Morning Show?
Yeah.
Your own radio show in Dallas, Texas?
Yes.
So on and so forth, number of movies, stage plays.
Fox Soul,
Fox Soul.
The top 2 shows on Fox Soul. A cooking show pilot I just did.
Busy.
5-star chef. Gotta watch out for that.
What motivates you to keep going?
It's never enough. It's never enough. I remember I started in pageants, and I got to the pinnacle of the pageant world, where I got to co-host the Miss Universe pageant in 2009. The Bahamas, live TV, NBC, Billy Bush, Donald Trump in the audience, the most beautiful women in the world. I'm like, this is cool, but it's okay. What's next?
What's next?
It was always about what's next. So it's good and bad, because you don't really ever give yourself props. You're like, so what?
Right.
I did this, and that's not enough.
If you had to choose between modeling, television, film, and radio, which one would you choose?
Honestly, I think I'm best at radio.
Okay.
With no eyeballs on me, just in the studio, 1000% about personality. And I look back at some of the stuff I did on radio, especially here in Dallas, and I'm like, this was funny. And then television, a lot of times, doesn't lend itself to that same level of comfortability where you could just kind of slouch and just kind of just tell like it is. It's like, and I think you lose a little bit sometimes with that. I know I personally I felt very at ease doing radio and just off the cuff, being able to just speak on anything. Whereas television, you gotta worry about what your face is looking like and what expression did I give.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, you're thinking I'm being shady because I had this look on my face. Radio, you can just let it go.
You can just flow with radio, yeah.
Some of my fondest memories, the Foxhole radio show.
Foxhole, yeah.
Jamie Foxx, 4 years on satellite radio. That was groundbreaking, before the Breakfast Club and all that. We were that urban version of Howard Stern.
Yep.
Bunch of misfits, friends, inside jokes. We used to come at each other so hard.
That's right.
But you had to be a savage to be on that show and really have thick skin. And we would never get away today with the stuff we said on that show. And we had true freedom then. There was no cancel culture back then.
Not even in the picture.
So we were able to be very funny, very offensive. And if you were the butt of the joke, I'm sure it was not fun for you. But we all pointed the gun at each other as well.
That's right.
Everyone got it.
Yep.
And I wasn't exempt because I was a woman. They would come for me. And if you let them know any sensitive, any weak spots, Like if you had daddy issues, oh, that's the one thing they're gonna come for. If you were going through a divorce, they're not gonna stay away from that. They're gonna go harder. But that made everybody kind of be so quick and so good. And so it just prepared me for other things. Like when I did reality, I'm like, this doesn't bother me. I've worked with real comedians that were quick and their jokes were very personal. And those were reads. So when I was on Housewives, I was like, this is child's play in comparison.
You spoke about the foxhole being game-changing, right? Groundbreaking. Is it safe to say that the Joe I Want to Know video was like a door opener for your career?
It was.
Okay.
1999.
Yep.
That was a very beautifully done video, directed by Billy Woodruff, who's now doing films.
Yep.
And classy, lead lady, storyline. I remember Oprah Winfrey talking about the video. She had Joe, I think he was on the show where she was talking about the video, and she asked, who is that girl? And I'm like, oh, damn it. Oprah done saw me, Oprah knows me.
Made it, baby.
You know, and to this day, it's a classic love song in the video. And I think people are longing for those days where videos were just music, was about love and beauty and not just sex. Sex is cool, but it's just like now there's no imagination or creativity, it's just straight to the bone.
How do you feel about media today? Because we all come from that golden era.
Yeah.
Music, TV, radio, we come from that real deal. Now it's different. How it's distributed, how it's created, how it's produced. How do you feel about media today?
I know we kind of used to roll our eyes at our parents that would say back in our day, our music was, your music is trash. And now we're in the same position. We're our parents now. And I think things get diminished. I mean, in some areas we get better. Technology, I guess that's really it.
Yep.
You know, but it just seems like the more access people have to media with social media and everyone having a smartphone and cameras, everyone thinks, well, I can do that. You can, but it's not the same quality as what we once had.
It's not the same.
We don't have a bunch of Oprahs on Instagram. Montel Williams, we don't have a bunch of those. We don't have Ed Gordons. We don't have a lot of those. We have some. I think everything's gotten cheapened. The modeling industry, everyone calls themselves a model. Anyone could say they are now. Just like rappers, everyone's a singer because we have the technology to make them sound like a singer. Models, we have the technology to make them look like a model. Where before, you had to really be 5'9", great skin, bone structure, photograph good. Now, if you don't photograph well, we'll just put a filter on you. So I think I think it's more inclusive. On one hand, that's good, but I feel like we don't have as many special people anymore. Well, I don't know. It just seems like they're fewer and far between. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about it? Do you think it's gotten cheapened?
Oh, it's horrible, to be honest with you. With a sprinkle of some good stuff there. You know, like I said, I come from the old school and I grew up on, see, here's the thing, as fun as this may sound, I don't like the really sharp quality content this, as far as in viewing it, 8K, 6K, those movies. I like the flat, standard definition, high definition. Watching film from back in the day, that flatness to it, it gave you a certain energy and feel. This new super clear, super crisp, something's not there.
Too pretty?
It's too pretty. It's too pretty. You know, I need some distortion. I need to kind of think on, okay, what is that back there? That element is gone. And you know, I started as a DJ, so when I saw vinyl leave and it went from CDs to MP3s, I said, okay, this is different. When they took the element of us going to a store and ripping the plastic off of records and CDs and opening that booklet and looking at who produced, and that element is gone. That's classic. So I can't say I fully hate what's happening now, but if you've been eating steak all your life and somebody throw you some bologna, it ain't gonna taste the same. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Or some Impossible steak or an Impossible burger. I mean, I guess it's better in a way, but I guess not.
No.
It's not the same.
It ain't the same. So I was speaking with Dr. Casey Fox earlier, and my goal is for us to bring real media, real quality, real content, real distribution back. Even though we may have to change how we distribute it, maybe cut down on our time as far as in the duration of it. We can't substitute quality. Because if we let quality go, what do we have?
We have headlines, and that's all we have now. So you get a misleading headline, and that no one bothers to even like look at the rest. So the media is just that now. So we don't really know the truth about anything anymore, right?
All right.
You take the worst thing I say in this interview, one sentence, before I get to explain what I meant.
Right.
That's what the story is.
Right.
Because people are too lazy to go and read the rest. And that's what media is right now. So the creators are just calling it in on a lot of the times, unfortunately.
Speaking of headlines, do you feel that you are misunderstood?
1000% misunderstood every single day almost. The level of dragging I get for innocent things that I feel like I'm doing, where there's always is this a motive? Does she try to do this for clout? It's unbelievable. Where I can't make a mistake without it being looked at as something sinister. While some of your faves can make mistakes and a million excuses will be made, and that's frustrating. I wish I had that kind of grace. I wish they'd give it to me, but they won't. You know? And I'm pretty transparent, you know? And yeah, misunderstood majorly. And I don't know why. I'm like, do I have resting bitch face? I think I do. Is it that?
No.
Do I look mad if I'm just like being neutral? Like right now, do I look mad?
Not at all. See,
a little bit?
No, not at all. So here's the business. When you are official, like a ref with a whistle, they're gonna hate, they're gonna misunderstand you because you're different, you know, and you have quality. And when you have quality, people can see that from a mile away.
It's exhausting though.
It's very exhausting.
You know, the people, like, it's like I meet someone, I spend time, like 5 minutes with them, they'll say, you're nothing like I thought. I'm like, well, what'd you think? And they'll tell me, I thought you was gonna be bitter on me. I'm like, but why? Why? And I always ask my guy, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, how am I coming off? It's gotta be something I'm doing too. I will take accountability for that. If someone could just let me know what they think I'm doing wrong, because I swear, the person I read about sometimes is not who I see in the mirror or who my friends know. You know? I don't need clout. I would like less clout, actually.
Yeah.
I would like less attention, actually. I like to be left alone and just do my work, make my money, go on vacation, and try to put other people on. It's kind of like what I want to do.
Well, those days are over, baby. You've been in front of the camera for a very long time with major productions, like right now, TGIF.
Yeah.
That's dope. By the way, that's dope.
Thank you. I created that show. I casted it. It was my baby.
And you want to be out of the camera and out of the light? No.
I am tired. My soul is tired sometimes. It is. Okay, I could take like a dragon here, a dragon there. And I mean dragging, not dragon. And, but when it's like 10 in 1 week, I'm like, okay, y'all are doing too much now. The other day, my cousin called me. I didn't pick up the phone. So then my phone was ringing from all my family members. I didn't pick up. I was on the phone with someone else talking business. By the time I called my cousin back, she was in tears. She had heard a rumor from a family member in Tennessee that I had died. So I think someone put it on like a Facebook post or something.
Wow.
So when she couldn't reach me, she thought it was true. I immediately took to my social media and put, by the way, I'm alive, just so I could just shut it down immediately. I said, you know, someone told my cousin and she was in tears. So I just want to like put it out there. I'm good. We're good. That even gets taken as, and put on the blogs as, girl, wasn't no one worried about you? You lying. I didn't see the story. You're just trying to get clout. I'm like, who clout off of that? They just be ready to go and just side eye and just so skeptical, but it's fine. You know?
Yeah.
They haven't stopped anything.
So let's stop looking at the comments.
It's hard because I'm bored a lot of times. I think I need more, I need to get out the house more because I work from home.
Right.
So when you're home a lot and I have to look online for content and then like, all right, let me look at my social media. Okay, let me look at the comments. Oh, damn, you said what? And I haven't mastered not letting it affect me yet.
There's an option called disable.
You mean like take my page offline?
No, ma'am. Like the way they can't put a comment on anything you're doing.
I should try that.
Please.
But then the ego doesn't get fed.
Okay.
Every once in a while.
So you got to feed the beast, huh?
Every once in a while.
Okay.
When you're feeling down, you want someone to tell you you're cute. You don't like that? Tell the truth.
As crazy as it may sound, I'm good. Like I'm so secure in myself. I don't need no comments. And that, like, this is fact, not fiction. I'm telling you what I know and not what I heard.
You don't want to hear anyone say anything good about your work, though? Yeah. See?
Let's
come on over to the dark side. Admit it. Let that ego come out.
Let's just say I like credit when it's due.
Exactly.
No more, no less.
Okay.
I don't need validation every day. Sometimes it's a little scary when it's hard for me to receive comments. I can give them all day long, but receiving, it gets a little weird. I don't really like the light like that to a degree.
No, it is weird with the comment.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's just, the creators of social media, they knew what they were doing.
Yes, they
to get
did.
us hooked.
And we are beyond
I'm
hooked.
definitely. So it's not really the validation from them. Well, sometimes it is, but sometimes it's like, it's fun or just seeing what everybody else is talking about. I guess I'm nosy a little bit.
We all are to a degree. But you know, like social media it's therapeutic for a lot of people. You know, they get online and post whatever they need to post for their peanut gallery to say, yay, you're doing a great job.
Yes, that's true.
Uplifting you in all of your wrongness.
Yep, you're right.
And they need that. They need to get up every day and see comments, see likes. See, I'm from the old school, like I said earlier, so I used to be addicted to the red envelope on MySpace. I used to come home.
Messages.
Dumb messages.
Oh, I miss MySpace.
I do too. I miss the old, it's still out, right? But it's like a new version. It's
I
a little
can't log
weird.
in. Can you log in? Do you know your old
I
log?
can. Because I reset it a couple of years ago. Damn. It's not the same vibe.
It's not?
Nah, because they changed the whole interface. Like it's just.
Remember the slideshow you could put up there,
Remember
the
all
cubes and your top 8, but that would cause a whole bunch of problems.
Yep.
If your best friend's not in #1 spot, who was that bitch?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Who's that? Why am I third?
Wow, MySpace days. Well, hey, we're here now.
Yes.
We thank you so much for everything you've contributed to the game.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else you want to work with in the industry that you've not come across yet?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Issa Rae is doing great things. I mean,
Really
from
good.
YouTube to television.
Yeah.
And I just love how unapologetically Black she is.
She's dope.
And how, I feel like she didn't let it change her. You know what I mean? Who else? I would love to work with Jamie Foxx again. I really would.
Fox is the man.
Trevor Noah, brilliant.
Yeah.
I love these brilliant minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a few.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I want to work with? Acting wise,
Yeah.
of course, like Angela Bassett.
Mm.
I had one scene with her on How Stella Got Her Groove Back. I was like a flight attendant. It was literally
Shut up.
5 seconds.
That 5 seconds is everything. No, you with Angela Bassett?
Yeah. She dropped her son off at the airport, and I was the flight attendant that took the son down. And it was a quick little, but I just like, she's amazing. So,
What else is next for you? Like, you've done everything.
Daytime syndicated talk or nighttime syndicated talk. I did a daytime syndicated talk show with Michael Eric Dyson.
Yep.
And we did 20 episodes. It was called The Raw Word. And I was on set with that show. So well produced. It was just, the look was great. The content was great. And I'm thinking, this is exactly where I want to be. And that was the kind of show I wanted to do. It was distributed through Sinclair. Very conservative, right wing.
Sinclair. Mm-hmm.
So we were not. And hopefully we'll get a shot to be back on. But, that was a perfect kind of show for me. It wasn't just, I do Hot Topics, but I don't want that to be the end all be all. I feel like you can get in a lot of trouble with Hot Topics. You have to comment on a celebrity. I'd rather not comment on people. I'd rather comment on ideas and situations and news and, policy and politics and where we're going and mental health. Those kind of things are what I'd rather use my superpowers for than talking about Cardi B. or Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Because they're human beings, and listen, we all make mistakes, but we can talk about things that are greater than just people.
That's right.
And that's where I want to be. That's where I felt like, okay, you can't judge this. You can't be mad at this when we're talking about, ending, child abuse or gerrymandering or, the wealth gap. Those kind of things I want to talk more about. And that's eventually where I want to be. So that's the lane I want to go into. But in the meantime, what sells and what people are buying is hot topics and gossip, unfortunately. But fortunately.
That can't be everything. Like you said, the real topics.
Yeah.
And there's a huge audience for that. And I think we need to tap into that because we don't need to water ourselves down. Like, we are amazing creators, broadcasters, journalists. We're everything. And we don't need to come low just to please the masses.
I agree.
And I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry.
I guess it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Is it the us producing that kind of content? Or is it the audience having the appetite for that kind of content? You know what I mean? Like, is it the producers that are creating, or is it that's what the audience wants? I hope the pendulum swings and we get back into, okay, we've talked about Lizzo enough and what she wears or whether or not she's being body shamed. Let's now talk about, things that affect us as a people. Let's talk about reparations. Let's talk about the criminal justice system. Let's talk about those kinds of things. Let's talk about getting people out of jail that wrongly voted on in an election whose vote didn't even count, that are in jail. Hello, Crystal. Was it Crystal Matthews?
I think so.
In Texas, 5-year sentence. Let's talk about these moms that use a fake address so their kids can go to a better school and get imprisoned. Let's talk about all the people that are executed, that are innocent. We find out later on with DNA testing. I don't want to just talk about what someone had on at the VMAs. It's cute sometimes, but I think we got to just think bigger.
Talk about things that move the needle in progress for us as a community and people of the world.
I'd like that.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. And anything we can do to help fuel that movement for you, we're here for it. Because we're not here, accidentally. Like, we're all here in this room, in this space, working on projects together for a reason.
That's right.
It's not by accident. This is by design. And if we understand that, we get focused and just execute and with consistency, just knock that thing out, man. We could take over the world.
I agree.
So let's get ready for that. So in this part of the show, we're going to give a cheers to you. We have a drink curated in your name, CJ on the rocks.
Wow, that's the story of my life, isn't it? CJ on the rocks.
CJ on the rocks, baby. Powered by Grey Goose Vodka.
So Grey Goose Vodka, what else is in a CJ on the rocks?
Strawberry.
I like strawberries.
Simple syrup.
Are you calling me simple?
No, but
it kind of feels like it.
But here's the thing: there's beauty in simplicity. There's beauty in being simple.
Oh, you got game.
No, I don't.
It's almost pimp-like.
No.
But girl, what you don't understand is there's beauty in simplicity and your simpleness.
How did you feel when Wendy Williams did was it her hot top, whatever her segment is, and mentioned you and was it Gary Owens? How did that make you feel? Because Wendy is a major voice, and we talk about feeding the ego and the beast and versus the negative comments and all of that. But how did that make you feel when that came on TV?
When someone told me, Wendy's talking about you, I was immediately nervous. It was on the East Coast, so we get an hour later here. When I watched it, I felt great because Wendy said she believed me when I said what I said about it had nothing to do with their situation. Gary's soon-to-be ex-wife, she knows this as a fact. She was just, I understand when people go through breakups, they're hurt and they kind of just like take stabs in the dark, in the air. You know what I mean? Like, let me just grasp, let me just try to find something. I'm a name that you can throw into any scandal. People will believe it for some reason. And it gives it a little bit of credibility, like, ooh, Claudia, well, yeah, I heard that about her. She's like that. She knows that's not true. But Wendy did say, because I posted a video as well, a response to Kenya. And Wendy said, I believe her. And Wendy's done my show, I've done Wendy's show.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a level of respect there. So I felt fine about it. Nervous at first because I thought like, oh my God, this is Wendy. Whatever she says is going to sway a lot of people. And when she said she believed me, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
She saw through the bullshit.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works in my favor.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I'm pleasantly surprised. So I will say this, I don't appreciate all the people, the vultures that are flying around Wendy Williams right now as if she's already gone. Trying to get that gig. Like I get what people want to like substitute for her. It would be a great opportunity. But I feel like she's still here. She's still gonna do her show. Like let her heal and recover from what she's going through. Before people throw their hat in the ring to like take her job. I mean, seeing a lot of that online. I need people to just like stop.
I got a question for you.
Let's go.
And this is gonna cover everybody in media. This ain't so much of a Claudia scandalous kind of question.
Okay.
I've been in the game 22 years. I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot. In order for me to reach the levels of success, in order for us to reach the levels of success that we desire, do we have to sell our soul?
You don't have to sell your soul. You just have to have patience. Because if you sell your soul, you can get it tomorrow. If you don't sell your soul, it's going to take 20-some years. 20-some years. Every overnight success took 15 to 20 years. That's what I live by. It's so true. You know, I've seen girls go to LA, sleep with that director. They film a few bit parts, 2 bit parts. They do it for a little while. They're the hot girl for the summer and then you never see them again. Or you have people that didn't get that big break the first 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but consistently were in the game, in people's faces. And eventually by, you know, it's a numbers game. You've been around this many years and people still see you. There's a respect level that they have to give you. Even if they don't, if they still want to put dirt on your name, that's one thing. But they still can't say, you didn't work hard. You know, that foundation is strong when it didn't come from a favor. But I do think what is hard for us real journalists, I used to be a reporter for a newspaper and, you know, we're real journalists. That's our background. Unfortunately, you kind of have to give a little bit to the new wave, right? It is about that buzzworthy piece that's going to get you in the game. And then you can do that work that you want to do. But unfortunately, you kind of have to get there and get that attention grabbing piece. That's why I said, go ahead and ask me these questions. I got you.
So we got to get dirty to get clean.
Maybe flirt with dirtiness, but not all the way in.
Okay.
You know? But like you have to get something that, wow, like there's excitement about it. But just so everybody can be excited about tomorrow and then forget about it the next day. Because nothing really lasts that long in media now anyways.
Do you talk to any of the ladies from Real Housewives?
I talked to Cynthia. I just got her booked on a job with me. We're going to be co-hosting the HAPA Awards in LA this weekend. Candy and I, messages here and there. Kenya, I'm always supporting her for Dancing with the Stars. When Greg passed, I sent Nene a bunch of flowers to her house, but I haven't told anybody that publicly. But yeah, even though we weren't on best of terms, Greg was a great guy and stayed out of the way of all the arguments between the ladies. And, you know, that's got to be tough to lose your partner.
You know what's crazy? I have not really tuned in to that kind of media in a long time. I did not know he passed.
Yeah, he had cancer.
I know he was sick. Wow.
And he was such a nice, you can't say anything bad about Greg. You know, he was a great guy.
So for the record, I'm gonna leave you with this. So every position an opportunity that you had access to, you earned it.
Oh yeah. Oh, they try to dangle the little shortcut in my face. I've talked about it. I talked about having an audition at a very famous actor's house who had a production crew there. And then I went, and it was totally fine. And the following year later, it was another audition there. It was for Steven Seagal. How he tried to lock the door and, you know, put his hands on me.
Was this like back in the day, Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Ponytail, marked for death.
Hair plugs and everything. And I've talked about this publicly. But yeah, there was opportunities for shortcuts that I just refused to take. And I felt like, was I blacklisted because of that? Because I said no?
So blacklisting is a real thing.
1000%. There's all kinds of culty things in Hollywood. You know, groups, religious groups. The groups that people whisper about. That's all real. It's very real. There's all those kind of parties and all that kind of stuff. I've almost been invited to some of those things.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I was told one time, you know, I could take you to see the people, and you would really blow up. And I said, what? Those people, Illuminati type? And they're like, well, we didn't really call it that. I didn't do it, and that's why I'm on the 25-year plan instead of the 10-year plan.
You're not by yourself. I'm with you. And a lot of us are with you.
Right.
And I say we stay on that path.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I would do well in the parties, unfortunately.
I'm too lazy to do them.
Yeah.
The little freak parties.
Yeah.
Right, babe?
You okay?
Too lazy? I'm too lazy to be a Hollywood hoe. It's too much work. I'd rather just watch TV.
Yeah. Speaking of TV, what's your favorite series that you watch? Do you even watch TV like that?
I like Family Guy.
Really?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
It's based in Rhode Island, where I'm from.
Yep.
Very good writing. They take shots at everybody. And it's like one of the last shows that gets away with being so politically incorrect. So good. Love that. And I love any documentaries about, I love documentaries about the things we don't really think about all the time. Like there's one on Netflix called Lot Lizards. About the prostitutes at the truck stops.
Interesting. That's a real thing.
It is, but I just feel like the people that just don't have a voice or that we don't think about, like I like to know like what other people are living like. Once again, the whole thing about truth. You know, the people living under the bridge, they all have a story. You know, they weren't always under the bridge.
That's
they weren't
correct.
always lot lizards. They were something else before.
That's correct.
So what happened? Like where did it turn? So those kind of things are really interesting to me. You know?
Don't worry about what they're saying online. Miss Jordan, you're dope.
Thank you.
Your goal, I think you have an amazing spirit and your work ethic is through the roof. You don't get enough praise for the good stuff you've done, but that's what we're gonna do here. So let's go ahead and get our CJ on the rocks, give you an amazing toast.
Let's do it.
And make history.
I appreciate it. And good luck with what you're doing. That's major. I'm very happy to see that. Ownership. Once you own it, they can't tell you what to do with your platform.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
And when the doors keep getting closed in your face, you have no choice but to lean towards ownership.
Listen, Tyra Banks said she went to about, 10, 11 modeling agencies?
Supermodel Tyra Banks.
In New York, and they all said no. You're too this, you're too thick, you're too this. And look what she became. Cardi B was turned down by the DJ on her show on Love and Hip Hop. He's got to be kicking himself.
Repeatedly.
Halle Berry did not win Miss USA. Exactly. She did not win. She got second. You never hear about the winner, but you hear about Halle Berry. And Halle Berry got that Oscar. Us, we're going to be good.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
We're the underdogs. We're going to win.
2022 is going to be amazing for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get our drink on, okay?
Yeah.
Claudia Jordan, thank you for being a part of Members Only.
Yeah.
Cheers to you. This is CJ on the Rocks, curated in your name. We want to give a very special shout out and cheers to your work ethic, your vision, your passion, everything that you are, even what people don't even know. You know, your resume.
Resume.
The resume, baby.
Believe the resume, not the rumors. You
All
can prove
day.
a resume. You can't prove a rumor.
Can't prove rumors.
Right?
That's correct.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Please do. And we'll make some money off of that. How about that?
We shall.
You know, keep pushing. Never give up. Never let them see you sweat. You are my motivation.
Wow, thank you.
Trust and believe.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
CJ on the rocks.
CJ on the rocks, baby.
I like these little Grey Goose
I love them too.
stirs. I might steal this.
My homie Big Tex gave me a bunch of these today
Big
from
Tex?
Bacardi. Yeah, he was here earlier.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, he is.
He owes me some more bottles.
Yes, he do.
CJ on the rocks.
CJ on the rocks is very satisfying.
Sweet. It's got substance.
That's correct.
Full-bodied.
Mm.
And a touch of something. I just don't know what it is, but I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
Show your support for Black-owned media with a tax-deductible contribution today. And don't forget to visit Clari-T Media's Tech and Swag store for gear and supplies. Thank you.